Where are we? This doesn't look like home.
No, you're not. But welcome to the dimension of knowledge.
What's going on here?
I actually don't know. You just popped up into my room.
Something must have gone wrong when we hit the button. We were just trying to get home.
Well, it's perfect timing because I was just gonna go down memory lane. Would you guys like to join me?
What's all this about, Bernie?
Well, basically, we created a time traveler and we'll take you back in time.
Isn't that dangerous?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of movies where that people travel back in time, make a tiny changes that affects the future in a very, very big way.
As mine is a little bit different because this one is absolutely safe. And of course, it does not affect time and space. So in this case, ladies and gentlemen, we can travel back to a time where it is related to education.
That sounds interesting. I remember my time, school canteens, mixing with friends. But one thing, we were forced to do so many things. We had no choices, Everything was, you do this, you do this, you do this.
But that's still amazing, VP. I too remember how we were little kids running around, so excited, and it was so much fun being little.
Well, the new generation guys, I totally understand. They don't understand us like what we actually went through. And even talking to my children sometimes, they kind of think about, is this really true, But guys, why don't we go on this journey together and see what the past was all about?
Okay, let's go and check out this educational portal. Shall we?
Okay, great. Why don't we go? Come on, guys.
Oh, wow. I can't believe I'm a kid again.
How is this possible?
It's a side effect of this portal, I'm afraid. But don't worry, it's not permanent. You'll return to your regular forms once this is over.
I love it.
Where are we?
It's more like when than where. I thought we'd start with the 1930s. In this time, education was a privilege. Not everyone could afford it.
Hey, I remember about this. It was the Great Depression, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. School was considered a luxury for low and middle income families. In North America, it got really bad. Schools were overpopulated and underfunded. Up to 20,000 schools had to close down. It didn't help that kids often had to walk long distances to get to school.
Yes, I heard all about this. Education during this time was often home-based and focused on reading, writing, maths, science, and home economics.
Exactly, VP. It's just how things were back then. Come on, let's go. And here we see the 1950s. It was still a troubled time, with only a few kids who were able to go to school. Facilities were few and inadequate. Teachers were stricter, and corporal punishment was a thing. Subjects were limited. What made it even worse was discrimination because of wealth, gender, and race. Meant that not everyone could learn the same thing.
That's really sad. We really do take what we have today for granted, don't we?
We do. I can't imagine wanting to learn about something, but not being able to.
At least things are getting better in the 1970s. Education started to evolve and became more privatized, and the Vietnam War. it was a troubled time. Due to funding cuts and economy, governments were less involved in school. This led to schools experimenting. But the 1980s saw a real change in education. This is when online education was born. It's still a debate as to the exact date. This is when the University of Phoenix became the first institution to launch a fully online collegiate institution that offered both bachelor's and master degrees. From there, online education grew and prospered.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes, I've heard about the University of Phoenix before, but I never imagined.
Well, it had to start somewhere. Would have only been a matter of time.
That's true. Online education continued to grow throughout the 1990s, but in the 2000s was when it truly reached new heights. Let's move closer to the present day. In 2011, we brought online education to QNet, constantly striving to bring the best and most up-to-date learning materials to our IR, from short courses to academic learning. It was with the vision of our founders, Dato Sri Vijay Eswaran and Mr. Joseph Bismarck, as well as that of our directors and chiefs, to provide affordable education to the world, which in turn would help them achieve their dream.
Yes, but not everyone has access to the technology needed for online education just yet. Am I right?
That is true, but the pandemic helped speed things up. It changed how we look at education forever. The pandemic really forced a demand for innovation, and overnight there came greater flexibility in learning compared to in-class options. While a traditional college education is still viewed in some places as a requirement, more students and mature adults are now looking to upskill to give themselves an advantage over the competition.
A whole new world has opened up.
Yes, it has. Distant learning is now more widely accepted, as are micro-credentials.
It's absolutely amazing how far education has come and how many more opportunities there are today.
When you really put it like that, I always took my education for granted. I guess I didn't really have the whole picture, but being able to experience it like this, wow.
Yes, that was the whole point of it. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, but we are not done yet. Let's go!
Phew, that was some experience.
Yes, it was. Hold on before you guys go. I want to tell you something about what's going to happen in 2022. In 2022, we are planning to expand our professional certification, diplomas, as well as certification from across the globe. As well as something brand new that we are planning to launch, which is kids education. We're planning to go into the field of sciences, mathematics, as well as languages, and it would be taught through edutainment. So the kids will have an experience of having fun and entertainment at the same time to enhance their beautiful mind.
Wow, it seems like 2022 is going to be a game changer for QLearn.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? QLearn has got all these courses, especially for children. I love it.
And of course, they get to learn at their own pace and their own time.
Yes, they can.
2022 is gonna be a blast.
It definitely will be. Thank you so much for your time. And of course, I know you're itching to continue your journey.
Yes, we are.
Okay guys, before you go, our promise of course is to supply the best education there is out there from across the globe. So safe travels, and don't forget, knowledge is power.